Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report, and if you haven't already, subscribe for the latest news and rumors. Subscribe for more Raiders content because we're your one-stop shop. Also, friendly reminder, this was filmed on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Pacific. Let's go to the first one coming in here from Michael Avila, and I just saw David Zahn. All right, man, you want more fireball, we'll give it to you. Round 3, should we get a defensive tackle or offensive line? I see the Raiders going with best player available, and if it means that that's a defensive tackle, you go out and get a defensive tackle. If it's an offensive line, you go out and get an offensive lineman. I'm not going to sit up here and say you got to go with biggest need because that's bit the Raiders in the ass before. I'm going to go ahead and say best player available. Let's go to Derek. Carr doesn't panic in the pocket. There's a reason he's rated like second in the league under pressure. He does panic in the pocket, though. Like, Carr's good under pressure. I'm not trying to say that he's not good under pressure. I'm simply saying every single NFL quarterback more than likely panics under pressure. And I've watched Derek Carr, and I'm not saying I watch more football than anyone here, but I watch every single Raiders game. I watch every single snap, and I go back and watch it. Carr panics under pressure. Doesn't mean he's not good under pressure, but he panics when he sees it in his front of his face. But appreciate the super chat. Let's go to Ronnie Smith. Hey, Mitch, it's my baby girl Zuri's first birthday. Can Raider Nation give her a big Raiders? Side note, how is Dan Snyder still an owner of an NFL team? I don't have a good answer on Dan Snyder for you. I think it's only a matter of time before he ends up selling it, just simply because, let's be real, he's a piece of shit, and I'm not afraid to say it. So, but everyone, let's give Zuri, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, a special happy birthday because, like we said, it's womb to the tomb, and she's her first birthday. You're raising her the right way. So everyone, HBD down in the comments. Raider Dangerfield, Katie, appreciate you. My opinion, all watching. Thank you for raising your daughter as a Raider fan, and appreciate the fact that she's tuning in right now. So if you want, how about this, Ronnie? I'll make you do. You send in the super chat. It's up to you, obviously, but take a picture, maybe your daughter in some Raiders gear, maybe you're holding her, and I'll go ahead and I'll put you guys on a Raiders Report show. Just DM it to me on Instagram at Mitchell Renz 365. I think that'd be pretty cool. If you guys want more news, rumors, draft content, free agency, trades, you want it all, well, I got you covered here. So hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, and this show is built on the back of just the most dedicated fans in the world. So shout out to Michael, L. Raider, Edward Lewis, Mario, Jack Kennan, Raider Brandon, David Zahn, Christopher Leonard, Dolmite X. Y'all are the real ones. Tell your friends to subscribe as well. Take that link that you see below, youtube.com/RaidersReport, and send it to some people. Send it to some people. I want to continue to grow this thing. Let's go to, this is a made-up name. Mary had a little Raider. Somebody's punking me right now. Hey, man, saw the Raiders could have interest in Dylan Moses. He was a projected first-round pick in 2020. Before Dylan Moses sustained his knee injury, he was projected to go in the first round. He was a linebacker out of Alabama. However, this has been a name that I've brought up numerous times, and last year was a very popular name also because linebacker was a need for the Raiders. Moses, we just got to be able to face the fact, and it's unfortunate, when major injuries happen to certain guys, they take burst out of them. Moses, to me, is not somebody that I would hope that the Raiders show a lot of interest in. And yes, he was projected to go in round 1 in 2020. I had him as a 6th-round projected player in 2021. If you want to bring him in for extra depth, sure, maybe. But to say Morgan Moses would be an absolute guy you have to go out and get, I think it's a little bit far-fetched to me. Like, if you want to invest in somebody who's got knee issues, it wouldn't be Morgan Moses. So speaking of the NFL draft, y'all, how excited are y'all? From a scale from 0 to 100. I don't know if I'm a 100 yet. That's going to be coming up like probably the 26th or 27th. But I'm doing more draft content. I'm doing more draft work. And sure, if the Raiders had a first or a second round pick, the excitement would definitely be a little bit higher. Not that I'm upset whatsoever about having Davante Adams. But be honest with me. Let me know your honest opinion. How excited are you for the NFL draft scale from 0 to 100? You need to buy stock in Fireball. David, you're not wrong, my man. We're going to go ahead. We'll take a few of these here. So you send in a 50. I'll round up to 60. That's 3 shots of Fireball. Shout out to David Zahn. Shout out to everyone watching here on the Raiders Report. We might get wild. Hey, if you guys want to party, I'm ready to party. I'm always down to get down. Just remember that. Man. 5 minutes in, we're drinking Fireball. What's up? Let's go to Dolomite X. How about Abrams a pick or whatever for a right tackle or offensive lineman? So, again, if I'm an NFL team, and if you want to go out pick for whatever, right tackle or offensive lineman, and free, like, all right, how am I going to explain this? If you trade Abram or if you trade him to a team, you're going to get maybe a 5th or a 6th round pick for him. So, you're not going to get a great offensive lineman for somebody like Abram because you also have to go out and pay him if you're the new team. If you're talking about just from a whole other side, like if a team would be willing to trade Abram for a right tackle that's worth a damn, Andre Dilliard would be an intriguing prospect to me, the offensive tackle from the Eagles, but you'd also have to throw in something else. Like if it was Jonathan Abram and a 4th round pick for Andre Dilliard, that to me is a little bit more realistic. Safety, though, is not that big of a need for Philadelphia. Let's go to Vister 30. If a team offered you a 4th round pick for Clelin Ferrell, would you take it? Yes. And this kind of goes back to my old argument that I talked about in my first Mailbag show, which was Trayvon Mullen's a good player. If you can get a 3rd round pick for me, you would do it. Here's the thing, though. A team's not going to give up a 4th rounder for Clelin because you have to pay him his contract. And sure, it's not as much, but a team's still going to have to go ahead and pay him $5 million for a guy who barely even played last season. If I was the Raiders, I'd say, all right, just keep him on the team. Let's see what he can do, and then he becomes a free agent next offseason. I also know Cleveland wants to be a Raider, so I'm hoping that he can get it together. But if you can give me a 4th round pick for him, yes. You're not going to get a 5th round pick for Clee. It's really about as simple as that. So remember, guys, we're live here on YouTube. We're live on Rumble. Let's go to the next one. Coming in here from Thugalicious. Do you think we're done in free agency? No. I still think the Raiders go out and they make a few moves. Now, they might not make a move before the NFL draft. That's definitely a possibility. However, I see the Raiders making a move after June 1st. And if the Raiders make a move June 1st, I'm going to be going live from a bachelor party in Poconos. If you live near the Poconos and you want to come hang out with me and some of my friends, hit me up on IG. We can make it happen. If you haven't already given us a follow over on Rumble, please go ahead and do so. I'm a very competitive person, and I want to have the most Rumble followers out of all the chat sports channels that we have here. One of my biggest sells and why you should go over to Rumble is it's uncut. Like, I can literally say whatever I want over there and not get in trouble. It's even more content, but on top of all that, if you watch on YouTube and you close your phone, the show stops, just because that's how the YouTube app's set up. If you subscribe to the Raiders Report or follow the Raiders Report over there on Rumble, which you see at the link below, you can close your phone and listen to the show like a podcast. So whether you're driving, whether you're going for a run, whether you're just walking your dog, I think it's a really cool feature. So go ahead, give us a follow over on Rumble, rumble.com/Raiders Report. What up, Max? Any news on Kyle Van Noy? Unfortunately, no. I've been waiting for a long time to get an update on Van Noy, but I think Van Noy is another player who could wait to see what happens after the draft. Teams are going to be interested in him, especially with his versatility. He knows what value he brings, and he could end up waiting until after June 1st. But even sometimes players like veterans like him end up waiting even longer, kind of like what you saw from KJ Wright last year. He was like, I don't want to practice in August. I don't want to go through the preseason stuff. Just sign me a week before the NFL season goes, and I'll stay in shape. Cameron Sproul, maybe McDaniels sees Parker as very similar to Trent Brown and thinks he can be coached up. No. If you look at Brandon Parker and you look at Trent Brown, I do not like Trent Brown whatsoever, but Trent Brown's body is a lot different than Brandon Parker. Do I think Parker played better at the end of last season? Yes, I do. Is Parker long arms, tall body? Yes, he is. I just don't understand how you can look at your biggest weakness being right tackle entering the offseason and your answer being, okay, let's just keep Brandon Parker there. Like, that one doesn't make sense to me. Let's go face of the Raiders. Could the Raiders try to trade for N'Keal Harry? N'Keal Harry is an interesting option, and Harry was a player that he was drafted in round 1 from the New England Patriots, remember, out of Arizona State. I think it was in the 2019 draft, if my memory serves me correctly. Yes, 31 overall, something. It was late. And now the Patriots just went ahead and they traded for Davante Parker. So Davante Parker I see as being your potential N'Keal Harry replacement. Here's my issue, though. All the issues that N'Keal Harry has had in the past on every Patriots team that he's been with is the same issues that the Raiders are already currently dealing with with Bryan Edwards. So you have Bryan Edwards already. I don't see the fit being N'Keal Harry. So I'm going to say no, though I do not see Harry being on the Patriots come start of the 2022 season. If you want to trade for a player, yeah, you're going to have to go out and pay Nelson Aguilar $9 million. But I know Nelson Aguilar has good chemistry and has that speed with Derek Carr, and I'd be much more willing to go ahead and give up something for Nelson Aguilar than I would N'Keal Harry. So if you guys haven't already, go ahead and go down in the comments section and name a player that the Raiders should go ahead and trade for. Yeah, it's an extra one from Zahn, and I'm thirsty. Name a player that the Raiders should trade for. Oh, God. A lot of names out there. What do you think? My opinion says no to Harry. Bryan Edwards for Brandon Cooks. That ain't happening. Sorry. Come on, name a player that the Raiders should go ahead and trade for. I'm going to be looking down in the comments. This next one's coming in from Taj. How much catches do you think Davante Adams and Darren Waller will have combined? So last season, Waller had 65. The year before that, he had, 107. The year before that, he had 109. Davante Adams last year had 123. I'll say combined, Adams, I'll put him at 110 grabs. We'll put Darren Waller at about 85 grabs, let's say. So do the math. I'm not good at it. We'll say a combined 109. Is that what, 190? What's 85 plus 110? 195. That's my number. 195. That's what I'm going to go with. And some of you are like, well, why are their numbers going down? Derek Carr has always been somebody that spreads it out. You know what I'm talking about. Let's go to, speaking of spreading it out, Dick Solid Dixon, Dilliard or Lucas? I'll take Andre Dilliard. I think Andre Dilliard is a better overall prospect than Abraham Lucas. So if you were able to tell me right now, all right, Mitch, you can get Abraham Lucas in round 3 at 86, or you trade that third-round pick to go out and get Andre Dilliard, who was drafted in the first round, number 26 overall, currently with the Philadelphia Eagles. I would actually go that route, and I think some teams would be smarter if they thought of that process a little bit more, like, oh, man, I'm giving up a third-round pick. However, I don't even think Abraham Lucas is going to fall to round 3, so I would much rather assure myself I'm getting a good tackle and going out and trading for Andre Dilliard. If you guys want more content, like I put out a video very similar to a question we just had here on the show of one thing that the Raiders are going to do this year that hasn't been done since 1980. Since 1980, and in fact, it's only been done one time in the history of the NFL. And if you want to go ahead and see what that video is, it's over on Local. So RaidersReport.locals.com. And if I missed your question, you can always DM me your questions on Locals. And all I'm simply trying to do is put more concentration and more effort on people who, let's just face it, are just going above and beyond to show me that they have my back and can support me in being able to provide more Raiders content. And you can provide more Raiders content. Oh, Jesus, David Zahn. DM me on Locals. Let's go to Bill Holloway. What about Hobbs' legal issues coming up? Possible suspension. Yeah, I know the whole thing with the whole DUI situation happened earlier, and then like 2 weeks later he got in trouble. I haven't heard anything about it. I don't think Nate Hobbs is going to get suspended, but if something does end up popping up, we'll keep you updated. All right, Zahn, you're trying to get me effed up, and it's fine. I'm here for it. Sent one of these in Venmo, too. All right, hang on. Let's check it out. Yep. All right. You guess this is how I get you to drink on Rumble. All right, we can drink on Rumble. So here's the thing, though. I'm gonna need some help. Sam, you want a shot? You got to come up here. Sorry. So Sam's gonna come up here. We're gonna drink out of the same thing. Hopefully it doesn't bother you. Let's go to Michael. Is it possible that we could extend Carr and get Matthew? Yes. All right, so I owe you one more. You owe me a few. Do I think it's possible? Sure. It just, Derek Carr, his contract this year is going to be very similar to what you see a lot of teams do, where it's not going to be that big of a cap hit. It's going to be more, I think, of a signing bonus, and it's going to be some guaranteed money. So when teams usually do that, it usually means that, yes, you can still go out and get a player. I don't know what. I didn't eat dinner. I didn't eat lunch today. These fireball shots are starting to hit me a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. All right, let's go to the next one coming in here from Robert. Josh is a proven high-quality running back. What are the odds of getting better at any position in the 4th round? You might not like this answer, But you could see solid running backs slide down in the draft. Like Breece Hall is a back I like a lot. He could go in round 3. Isaiah Spiller, he could go in round 3 or 4. It's just about finding, like, I get Josh was taken in the round 1, but you're seeing more and more teams go down the draft and being able to find good players later on because running back is an easy position to be able to replace. I get it. I love Josh. But if you tell me right now Breece Hall in round 4 or Josh Jacobs, I'll take Breece Hall in round 4 because I know we don't have to pay him nearly as much as we have to pay Josh, 8.5 next season.